What does a shot glass have to do with explaining how deadly a very prevalent toxin in our environment can be to your pets? Dr. Langlois explains right now.
Oy. Oh, it's not what you think. This isn't alcohol. This is like fruit punch mixture. A fifth grader challenged me to a drinking contest a little bit later on, and I just want to make sure that my tolerance is built up. Hi everybody, this is Dr. Langlois of the Pet Pantry of Lancaster County, coming to you with your pet's health tip of the day. And if you notice, I was downing a shot there. And a lot of people will drink for various reasons. One of them, actually, although it's a little bit of a myth, really, is to keep warm on those bitterly cold days. And it certainly has gotten bitterly cold here in south central Pennsylvania. And some people might be turning to this. But, you know, I have the shot glass out for another reason, because there's something else people do during the really, really cold seasons, and that is make sure that their cars are winterized. And one of the things involving winterizing your cars, obviously, is checking the antifreeze. And antifreeze toxicity is something that is very, very serious and a lot of times fatal for pets, and it's something, again, it's one of those things that is 100% avoidable. And just to kind of demonstrate, though, how serious this problem is, if you take a shot glass like this, and again, this is another one that I'll be downing in a second. This is a 2-ounce shot glass right here. This is approximately, 70 milliliters of fluid. A shot glass full of antifreeze of this size is enough to kill a 30 to 40 pound dog. That's all it takes, is just that small little amount of antifreeze for them to ingest. For the average cat, say a 10-pound cat, you're talking basically what is left as the residue on this. 4 licks. That's it. 4 licks in some cases. And the reason antifreeze is such a problem is that it has ethylene glycol in it, and that is the main toxin that we worry about. It also has a very sweet taste to it, so pets obviously love to lap it up. And a lot of times we see it either because it's not stored properly, or somebody is, flushing their systems and some of it gets leaked out, or there's a break on the road, and we see a lot of the antifreeze kind of spill out onto the roadway, and then animals can potentially come along. And if this happens in your driveway, per se, we obviously get worried, because then your dog or an outdoor cat can potentially come along, lick it up, and then get very, very sick. And it's one of those things, you don't see the signs necessarily right away, and that's what concerns us the most. When your pet first ingests ethylene glycol, there is a period, probably about 3 hours later or so, where they may actually appear a little drunk, for lack of a better term, a little uncoordinated. Some of them are just much more mellow and sleep, things like that. And that's not the concern we have with it. What happens is the body actually starts to break down this ethylene glycol into a lot of toxic metabolites, or byproducts, if you will. And what some of those byproducts do is they go right to the kidneys and cause an irreversible acute kidney failure. And once you reach this stage, unfortunately, there's really not a lot that we can do. Which is why it's so important to really work to make sure that you store any antifreeze away. Even pet-friendly antifreeze still can potentially be toxic. And they have worked a little bit to try to make some of these antifreezes, more bitter tasting, so that an animal will be averse to it. But as you can see, even with a cat, a couple of licks, a tenth of this shot glass is enough to kill a cat. That's practically nothing. And it's a really sad situation to see, and there are things that we can do if you suspect your animal has ingested antifreeze fairly recently. Within a couple of hours, there are things that we can do, and ironically, one of the main treatments is using straight alcohol, sometimes in an injectable form, to kind of counteract the reactions that are going on in the liver, and just allow the ethylene glycol to basically be excreted out through the urine unchanged, where it doesn't cause any problem. So remember, just a very, very small amount can potentially kill your pet. There's no need for it. So make sure that you have all of your antifreeze locked away. Make sure there's no chance of leaks. Make sure you check your garages and your driveways for any potential leaks, and don't let your animals near it. And that is your, to your pet's health, hopefully saving their life, tip of the day.
For more information about the dangers of antifreeze and other winter health hazards to your pets, be sure to visit out these websites. And if your pet may have ingested antifreeze, or you have any concerns about it, be sure to contact your local vet immediately.